welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Olamide Ogundele and this is Olamide's Thought, where I talk about love, lifestyle and academics. So today I'll be telling you about how I handled a 5-year-old that has a boyfriend. Yeah, you heard me right. And some people might not be shocked because strange things are just happening in this present world. But then I wouldn't have thought that a 5-year-old would have a boyfriend. But then before I get into this video proper, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. I don't think there was a point where I actually imagined I'll be doing this, but I beg, you guys should subscribe. This thing is free. Like, just subscribe. I don't know how to beg you, but then subscribe. Alright, so let's get on to the video. Guys, welcome back, and I hope on your way back you actually subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, thank you, and I'll just get on to the video. So I was talking to some set of girls, and the 5-year-old whispered that she has a boyfriend, and she was excited about it. I mean, she was just excited about it. I'm like, at that point, you will hear some strange stuff like happening in the world, but then when you're faced with one, it's another ball game. And I'm like, I'm supposed to say something and I have to say the right thing. So I was like, I need to be excited for her first so I can get what I want to hear. So I was like, oh really, you have a boyfriend? I mean, interesting. Come on, tell me about your boyfriend. Tell me about your relationship. I mean, you are in a relationship. She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Then she was like, oh, is my class this, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, good stuff. So what do you guys do in your relationship? How are you handling your relationship and all of that? Then she said, well, we play cards, we do my artworks together, we do this. He's actually a cool, calm guy. I'm sorry that I'm laughing. So I was actually laughing within me. I was like, okay, she was just all excited and everything. But I was not satisfied. So I said, what do you guys do in your relationship? I was like, no, I already told you. We play cards together, we do this. I'm like, what do you guys do? But she was not having it because by the time I asked the third time, she was like, don't you have a boyfriend? Are you not in a relationship? Don't you have a boyfriend? And I'm like, see, you this child, if they should square your age by 2, I am not your mate. I am not your mate because you're asking me now if I have a boyfriend or not. Like, is that the point? So she was almost like, why are you asking me, what do we do? Don't you have a boyfriend and all of that? And at that point, before she told me about her having a boyfriend, she was already talking about some friends. We were not in her class, maybe like three classes, maybe like somebody in GSS3 is telling somebody in GSS1 that she has a boyfriend or something. So for her, she was like, people have boyfriends. Like it was like the raining thing around her. So I'm like, okay, but really, aside from cards, aside from the fact that you guys play together, aside from the fact that you guys do many stuff together, that's all there is to it, right? And she said, yeah, of course, he's my good friend. Then at that point I said, is your good friend or a boyfriend? They said, yeah, it's my boyfriend. I said, okay. Then I asked her, do you have a best friend? She said, no, not really. Do you have a close friend? Well, he's the one I talk to. I said, don't you think this guy, I'm even saying guy, I be boy, because these are kids. I'm like, do you think he is a close friend or maybe a best friend and not a boyfriend? Then she said, why did I said, because you just told me you had a lot of folks around you that they have boyfriends. Maybe you were just giving him a wrong name. Maybe he's a friend and not a boyfriend. Because at the end of the day, I felt like that boy wasn't a boyfriend. You know, it's like everybody around you have as a boyfriend, and you just look at somebody and be like, you, what exactly is your own work here? Like, what is your job around me? Oh yeah, today I give you the name boyfriend. Because that was just somebody he was close to. And you know, at that point, and I was like, you know why I feel he's not your boyfriend? It's because you're too young to have a boyfriend. As a matter of fact, you see that your friend that you said she has a boyfriend and can it come blah blah blah, maybe that one was it. I said, you all are too young to have boyfriends. Then we got on to talking about ladies of influence, women of influence in society. I mentioned names, and we were talking about people. We're talking about how that she was supposed to concentrate on unraveling her potentials. I had to tell her how that she was beautiful. I mean, not that she was, that she's beautiful, right? She's actually beautiful, and she's smart. I mean, there's a lot ahead of her. Like, this is not the time to think about boyfriend. And I told her, I said, you are too young to have a boyfriend. Do you agree? Then, well, I don't know. I said, yes, because that's why you don't want your mommy to know. Because you don't want your mommy to know that you have a boyfriend. That means you feel like something is wrong somewhere. I said, yeah, you are so young. Even your sisters or people, your cousins. Then she was like, okay, I'm too young. I said, yeah, you're too young to have a boyfriend, because I feel like it's a distraction right now, and that you have other things to actually pay attention to. Like, I'm like, do you know how intelligent, how beautiful, how smart you are, and you need to unravel all those potentials? And she was like, really? I'm smart? I said, yeah, you are smart. You are smart. And you are smart enough to know that you don't have to have a boyfriend now. And it's just like, then we both laughed, and I was glad we were able to talk about that, and talk about different women in the society, and talk about people's stories. Like, I told her a bit of my story also, how that boyfriend is not the thing she's supposed to be thinking about, and that even if all our classmates are having boyfriends now, it's not enough reason for her to be pushed into that. Because at the end of the day, so I used a very, very far extreme example. Like, so if your classmates are going into maybe theft, like maybe they are stealing and all of that, do you think you'll be pushed into that? I was telling her about that pressures would come, peer pressures will come at different stages as she's growing. And if she is yielding to every of the pressures along the way, then she will end up living her life for others, and she would not unravel her own full potential, because she will just be running after what others are doing that she has to do. And she was like, really? Then at the end of the day, as you guys know, well, you might not know yet, but some people know, we ended up talking about Jesus. And I was like, oh, do you guys go to church? And blah, blah, do you pray? Do you know Jesus wants to talk to you? She said, oh, she knows Jesus to be her savior. I said, oh, good stuff. You talk to Jesus. Do you know you can talk to Jesus? She said, how? I am here to tell you how. I'm on had to talk about how she can pray, and she doesn't have to be so dramatic about it. I mean, just, I said, right now you can talk to him and all of that. And I was so glad we had that conversation, because I told her that this is not the point whereby you'll be doing left, right, you don't need a boyfriend. That's not what you need. And I told her that she should be proud to tell people around her. I mean, when they ask her, do you have a boyfriend? And you say no. Because I don't even know, if not that the world is poor itself, I don't know why a 5-year-old girl should be having such conversations. But then it's happening. That's the reality right now. So we ended up settling the whole thing, and she hugged me, and she kept on saying if she wants to say other stuff, can she reach me or talk to me? I was like, sure, I am here, my dear. I am here for you. And that was how the whole thing went. And at the end of the day, I was just thinking about it, that see, we all have to just equip ourselves, because for you it might be that a boy will just come to you and say, oh, do you think I should be GAY? I'm not sure of the words I can use on YouTube. That was hard to say that. So I'm like, well, that might be your own case. And we just have to say something. And I just hope that my kind of thought resonates with yours, such that we are instrumental to helping these kids in this perverse world. Because I'm sure parents cannot do everything. Like, I mean, this child is saying she doesn't want her mom to know, but she needed to talk to somebody. Well, for parents also, we should not let it get to that point whereby kids will trust outsiders more than they will trust us. Anywho, I want to know, what do you think about how I handled this in the comment section. All right, I'll be waiting to read them. So guys, till the next time on the same channel, my name is Olamide Ogundile. Talk to you guys later. Bye.